Seeing yourself in jail, in a cell, has probably been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I became a millionaire before I even touched real estate, which I was 21 years old. That's the truth. I'm a poor man with money. They said I was gonna face life, and I came out because I told God, when I leave out of here, I'm never coming back. Because that was like the 8th time that I've been to jail. And from there, I invented a product and made over just with that product.
If you were starting over at 17, what's the first thing you'd focus on?
So if I were to start again at 17, to be honest with you, number one. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another podcast, A Blackout. You already know King Azoulay. I got special guests. I met these guys. I met one guy over at a restaurant that I love going to eat at. It's a Korean barbecue. And I'll let him tell the story. But he was my waiter, and he came up to me and was like, "Whoa, can't believe it's you, and I'd love to talk to you," and all that. And he had some questions, and I said, you know what? Let's bring you on a podcast, because a lot of people at home would have these same questions. There's a lot of young guys out there. So he's 21 years old, and he was kind enough to say, hey, I got a 17-year-old brother that I want to have on here. So we brought him on. They're here. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and welcome you guys.
So I'm Christian Jagger. I met King Azoulay at a Korean barbecue place. I saw him and I was like, there's no way. You never really meet these type of people you feel like in the open world, you know. And if you do, they don't want to talk to you. They just shadow you away. And I was like, you know, everybody else notices him, but they're not going up and saying, like kind of introducing themselves. So I was like, you know what, the worst that would happen is that, hey, I'm busy, I got to take a call or something like that would happen. But I was shocked by how we had a conversation, you know.
Yeah.
He took me under his wing in a sense, you know.
Yeah.
And of course I wanted to wait and ask a few questions, so I waited for them to be done with dinner, of course. I want to be very respectful of that. You know?
He was. He waited for me and my wife to finish.
I walked over there and I was like, "You're him, aren't you? You're King, aren't you?" And he's like, "Yes, I am." I was really excited about that. And I asked him some questions about life. I was like, so what would you do in a situation? I'm 21, you know, I'm working here at Korean barbecue. I don't know where to go in life, you know?
Yeah.
And he said to me, he's like, it was just like an empowering moment. We also talked a little about God in that moment as well, you know?
Yeah. I always speak about God, man.
Mm-hmm.
Without God, we wouldn't be here, you know? Like, it's all meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if God wants you to see your path, he'll start showing it to you. The question is, when are you going to make the move? You know? So I'm very happy that you did. You took that step forward and you said, you know what? I'm going to take the chance. Whatever happens, happens. But if you wouldn't take the chance, you'll never know.
I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, amazing. So glad you're here, brother.
Glad to be here with you.
Awesome. Now let's have your brother also introduce himself. This is the first time I'm meeting him.
Yeah, hi. So yeah, this is my first time. This is my name is Jesse Jagger, and my brother basically just told me that he met you at Korean barbecue, and I started, you know, watching some of your stuff on Instagram, and I was honestly pretty inspired and feel like I could learn a lot.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm happy you're here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you guys, this could be a beginning of a new journey for you. You know, this podcast will change your life.
Yeah, seriously.
It will change your life. It will give you new opportunities. And this is why I even started. I started because when I was your age, my dad kicked me out of the house.
Wow.
I was homeless.
Wow.
My dad didn't want me at home. My dad said I wasn't fit to be in the house. The truth is, my dad didn't fit to be in the house, you know. But he was paying the bills, so it's his house. And I was stubborn, so I just left. But when I was your age, nobody wanted to help me. Not even my own family. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I kind of went and did my own thing. And then I continued life. And little did I know how that was the best thing that has ever happened to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you do for a living? Which I know you do. I know what you do, but I want them to hear at home.
Right now I'm working at a Korean barbecue place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing that, making a little bit of money there. But my goal was when I talked to King here, I was telling him how I wanted to get into maybe higher end restaurants and stuff like that, working there.
Mm-hmm.
And talking to him, he told me he'll bring me in for a podcast, and he said he'll give me 10, 15 questions around there to ask him, and he'll help me on the journey of that, of finding better things. Because he told me, honestly, that's the way I want to be. Is I want to be rich. I want to have everything. I want to be ripped. I want to be like you know, in a sense.
Yeah, of course.
And I know I can't do that on my own. I know you need a mentor. You need somebody to kind of lead you along. So
I'll tell you, at some point in time in your life, you must understand that as a man, nobody's coming to save you. You live with your parents?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, until what age do you want to live with your parents?
Getting to that point where I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out. I want to move on.
You want to have a life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't count on your parents forever. Your parents, at some point in time, the reason they had you is so they could count on you. A man has a duty. His duty is to grow up, turn into a man from a young boy, and protect his family. At some point in time, we start as babies, and then we get strong, and then we go back to baby form again. As old people, there's not much that we could do,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Some of them get dementia, they become handicapped. All these symptoms, cancer, things like that, weak. You have to be there to protect them. You have to be there for them. So it's very important that you understand that you have a duty now.
Yeah.
It's like your parents brought you to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's your time to do your job. It's payback time, but good payback time.
Yes.
What about you? What do you do?
So I've tried many different business models, such as like drop shipping, reselling.
You started doing business already?
Yeah, I mean, I had to. I was just like, I need to get something going because we really, like you said, we don't have a lot of time. And this is our prime time.
Of course.
From like 17 to like 25. It's like when you have, you don't have a lot of responsibilities, but you do need to focus on one thing.
I love that you see it that way.
Yeah.
Because 17-year-olds don't see it that way.
Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot at school. There's a lot of people that like you just don't want to keep around you,
Of course.
because they don't have that same mentality.
You're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what you do, there's 2 ways. Either they're going to drag you down or you're going to pull them up.
Mm-hmm.
But at your age, why try to pull somebody up when you already have enough on your plate?
Yeah.
You have a lot to do when you're your age. You don't have time to lift anybody up. You have to build yourself. Once you build yourself, you can lift others. For example, I'm already established. I have money, I have success, I have fame, I have the fit body, I have the mindset, I have the wisdom, all the knowledge. From there, now I can lift others. And that came to me when I was like 32. When I was like, all right, it's time for me to get on social media to help other people.
Yeah.
But before that, I tried helping others, but it was almost like I didn't have the wisdom to make them keep going forever. Today, when I help somebody, they are so influenced by me that whatever I do guides them forever. They change their life, but also I show them every single day what I'm doing. I'm on my platforms showing them how to get better. So they're like, okay, he spoke to me that time. We had that podcast. It was great. I met him. He trained me, whatever it was. He mentored me. I'm not going to stop because, look, I'm watching him going every single day.
Yeah.
If he's going, I'm going to keep going. You play any sports?
Yeah, I play baseball and basketball. Yeah, they're pretty fun sports, I'd say.
Nice, nice. You want to be a professional basketball player?
I mean, honestly, I was thinking about dropping it to focus on my most recent business venture, which is window washing and external home cleaning and stuff. But I figured that while I'm in high school, I might as well just finish up the season and then move on from there. Just spend as much time. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, let's start with the questions. I know you guys have a ton of questions.
Yeah.
Let's go through them one by one and help the people at home.
Okay, so the first question is, if you were starting over at 17, what's the first thing you'd focus on?
So if I were to start again at 17, to be honest with you, number one, I would focus on my mindset. And no matter what, I would not work for anybody except in a sales job. A lot of the guys out there that are going to work and start somewhere, they're starting in the wrong places. And one of them is waitering. There's only so much money you can make as a waiter. There's only so much money you can make working for somebody at an office. But if you work in sales, you become unstoppable, because sales is like the best job in the world. So it's very important that the mindset is number one. Number two, stay away from women. Seriously.
Yeah.
At 17, maybe at 21 you're good. But you have to also be able to have a woman count on you. And unless you're already established, women don't want somebody that is, in a sense, not competent enough to protect her, not able to support her, that has not been through anything in his life, someone that is inexperienced, right? So she wants somebody that is experienced, somebody that could take care of her. She'll end up breaking your heart if you can't, because she's going to be forced to leave. She needs a man, not a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And at 17, you don't even know what you're going to do with your life. So most important thing is gym, number one. Number two, obviously God, which is number one.
Yeah.
Number one is God. Number two is gym, eating healthy, staying away from women, and making sure no matter what job you're going to take on yourself, go into sales. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah. I feel like the stay away from women really takes me home, because just recently I had my first breakup, like big breakup, and it kind of just showed me that I really do need to just focus on myself and building myself up as a man.
Of course. How old was she?
She's 17.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're same age.
And you met her at school?
Yeah.
And how long were you guys dating?
Like 3 months, 3 months, yeah.
It was your big breakup, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you look at it that way, it's not really that long, but I don't know. It felt like a long time for me.
If you guys hang out enough time, it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
The thing is that at 17, you don't know what you want, and she doesn't know what she wants.
Yeah.
And then dating is just, it hurts the heart, because you get connected to somebody. And the problem is, the more people you're going to connect with, the less you have the ability to bond. Especially for women, but also for men. At some point in time, a lot of men today don't want to be the men anymore, because they have been with women and they have paid for everything with women. And now they're like, well, if I'm with her, who knows if I'm going to stay with her? So why pay for this? Maybe they pay a few dinners at the beginning, and then after that, they don't want to pay anymore, right? They just want something in the beginning. So they show themselves up and they pay for certain things. And then all of a sudden, as soon as they get comfortable, they don't want to pay. They don't want responsibility. They don't want to protect. They don't want to do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's like, the more people you're going to be with, the more it's going to hurt you. You believe that you're here for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And that reason is not just to be with a woman. God will send you the right woman, but she will come also in the right time, when you are ready,
Yeah.
when you're ripe. Right now, you're not ripe.
Nope.
You need some time for yourself.
Yeah.
You need to build yourself, build your character. Because the woman you might like today might not be the woman you're going to like 10 years from now. Because what you need 10 years from now is not the woman you need today. Because in 10 years from now, you might own a 9-figure business.
Yeah.
And you need someone that's badass, but not somebody that's, bad. Somebody that could take care of business for you, because you need a right-hand woman. Somebody by your side, someone to support you, someone to understand you, someone to uplift you, empower you. You need that. As men, we do some amazing shit
Yeah.
when we are being empowered and supported by our women. And a woman needs to be very affectionate and loving. And a lot of women are not that way today.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are finished, because I want you to grow up and I want you to become a masculine leader. And you could, but you needed also a breakup,
Yeah.
because now you feel it. And you're like, okay, now I know this is not for me, because it's just going to throw you off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you? You have a next question, yeah?
I have the next question here. So, what would you do? Like, what could you sell as a 17? What would you do, and what could you sell as a 17-year-old?
As a 17-year-old. So there's multiple things. Sales is repetition. It really is repetition. For example, when I was 17, I didn't go into sales yet because I was homeless. But then after that, I went to jail. When I came out of jail at 19, I went to work for somebody. God, for some reason, introduced me to a guy who, after many people that didn't want to hire me because I was a felon, you know, convicted felon, they don't want to hire somebody like that to work a 9 to 5. This guy comes up to me and he says, listen, I know you'll do very well in sales. You just have a very kind face, you're honest, you're blunt, and you're also very sharp. You'll do great in sales. Do you want to try sales? And I said, listen, I've never done sales in my life. Little did I remember that something that I did when I was younger got me to be literally the best salesman on the planet. When I was 13 years old, we were supposed to sell chocolates, and there was like a big tournament for selling chocolate. Who's going to sell the most amount of chocolates? And if I could sell the most amount, then I get a ride with a limousine to a nice restaurant. I get like a $900 bonus. On top of that, this really cool poster they gave me and a few more little gifts. I said, are you kidding me? I'm going to sell the most amount of chocolates. I would go grab boxes from the school and I would stand outside of Ralph's. And every single person that walked by either bought chocolate from me or gave me money because they didn't like chocolate or they didn't want to have chocolate. I would come up to each and every one and say, hey, excuse me, can you do me a favor? And back then, you have to understand, I didn't speak English very well. I came from Israel when I was 10. So at 13, I kind of just started speaking English, you know? And I was like, excuse me. And they're like, yes. I'm like, do you mind buying some chocolate from me? Because we need new lockers for our school and we don't have any lockers. And when we don't have lockers, we can't put our books anywhere. And a lot of the times the kids forget their books at home and I forget my book at home. And then when I forget my book at home, I can't study. And it's been very difficult and we really just don't have the money for it. So I'm out here selling chocolate. And if I could just please just buy one chocolate from me, it's going to help us so much. And then they looked at me and they're like, I don't eat chocolate. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You're going to save the school. And that's how I would speak to them. I would literally get to the point where I would beg them and then they would buy from me. Or they'd give me $5. The chocolate was $1. They'd give me $5 and say, here's $5. No worries. I don't want the chocolate. Have a good day.
That's great.
I sold the most chocolates in all of the LAUSD.
Wow.
LAUSD
Wow.
district, the Los Angeles district for schools. I sold the most chocolates that anyone has ever sold. I didn't understand what I was doing back then. I didn't. But God put me in that place and then turned me homeless. And then I went to jail. From jail, nobody wanted to hire me. And then somebody said, well, you don't have to work as a W-2 in the office. You could be on a 1099, which I didn't know what that meant. But that means that you pretty much work for yourself. You know, you're like self-employed. Mm-hmm. So then I said, that's great. And he said, as a matter of fact, if you need it, I can also pay you in cash.
Wow.
I was like, okay, what do I have to sell? It's like air conditioning.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, right? You send me to air conditioning, and the first lead I went to, I sold a new remodel. I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money in the first lead. And people don't know how much money there is in construction. But if you haven't done construction yet, and you got to get the reps in, I tell people, listen, you guys at home, the best place, have you ever been to the mall and somebody from a cart came up to you and tried to hand you something and to sell you something from like the carts in the middle of the mall?
Yeah.
Several times.
Okay. Those people are usually Israeli. What they're doing is they're selling to you. If you could learn to sell that way, you could sell any other way. And the reason is they're stopping somebody at the mall. Now, these people don't know you. They didn't look for the product that you're about to sell them. They probably don't need it and don't want it. But they somehow get you to buy it. And it could be a cream. It could be some soap from the Dead Sea. Whatever it is. And they sell to you. When you sell, that's getting somebody to buy something they probably don't want and don't need. In construction, the sales that I was doing, somebody's calling you and they want a kitchen remodel. They want it. All they have to do is like you. So if you could sell to somebody at the mall, get the reps in, talk to everybody, get away from the fear, you'll be able to sell to anybody after that who calls in. So today, a lot of the leads, even the leads that, for example, I have, that my guys are doing a sale for the mentorship, people are calling in. They want to get mentored by me. It's much easier to sell to them because these are warm leads. At the mall, they're cold leads.
Yeah.
And if you get the reps in, that's the perfect place to start. From there, you could go into construction. And when you want to finish it off, if you didn't have enough work throughout the day, go speak to every woman that you see on the street that doesn't have a ring on. If she doesn't have a ring, she's about your age, go speak to her. Go say hi. Go try to get a phone number. First phone number, don't get it. Second one, don't get it. Third one, don't get it. I promise you, the 10th phone number, you'll get it. And then you'll also recognize how you spoke to her and what you need to say later on to the next girl and the next girl and the next girl. And then you'll just get phone numbers. You don't even have to do anything with them. You don't have to ever text them. But you got the lead and you sold the lead. Repetition. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, I agree with that because I feel like, yeah, in sales, you're not going to get that first door knock to say yes or that second one, and you just keep going, and eventually you'll get one.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who walk door to door, just door knocking and selling solar, selling air conditioning, selling anything that has to do in homes. In-home sales is the most profitable sales job in the world. The most profitable. Today, anything you sell at least times 2.5 or times 3. If she wants to do a bathroom remodel and it costs you $15,000, you charge her $45,000. Her, him, whoever the client is, them, you charge them $45,000. That's times 3. Half goes to you, half goes to the owner. If you're a super good salesman, which means you have a $30,000 profit, $15,000 goes to you, $15,000 to the owner, $15,000 goes to the job itself. If you're not the best salesman, they charge 20% lead cost. You know what's a lead cost?
No, what's a lead cost?
So in order to get you that lead, 1, they had to put up a website. 2, they had to start advertising. 3, they have an office. They have management. They have verification, confirmation department. There is either a call center, sometimes a call center and normal advertisement like on Yelp, House, Angie's List, all those places. And they advertise to get leads. And a person calls in. When they call in or email in, somebody calls them. First, they do the verification. Once they're done verifying the lead, okay, you are who you say you are. This is your address. Great. This is the job you want. Then someone has to call the night before or an hour before and say, hey, I have Mr. So-and-so coming over to your house in the next hour. You'll be home, right? Yes, great. He's driving over to you. And that would be you, the salesman.
Yeah.
And then you arrive to the house and you sell it. When you sold it, you have to bring Jose. Jose has to do the job. There's no Michael. It's always like Jose, Juan, Carlos, all these people.
Yeah.
Only Hispanics get the job done. It's not going to be a Daniel or a Michael or a John. It's just not that. They don't want to work.
Yeah.
But, Felipe, and I got a guy, I call him Dinero, because he brings in a lot of money.
Yeah.
They get the job done. Andale, and they have a good time.
That's what it's about, getting the job done.
And they do.
Yeah.
They get it done the best. So they come in. The job costs with materials and everything, $15,000 for a bathroom remodel. Took 2 weeks. All you have to do is stop by once every few days, see the job. You're done seeing the job. You head over to another lead. You, with your kind face, and you as well, could sell at least one every other day. Let's say you work 5 days a week. Let's say you sold 2 per week. How many is that per month?
Dude, you're already making over
Wait, how many did you sell per month if you sold 2 per week?
you're selling 8 per month.
8 per month.
Yeah, so you're already making.
And if you made, let's go on the low end, let's say he took 20% lead cost. Let's say you made $7,000 off of each one.
You're making over 20 grand a month right there.
Let's see.
Over 30 grand a month.
7,000 times 8 jobs.
You're making what? That's 40.
What's 7 times 8?
That's what, 46,000?
No.
56,000. Yeah, 56,000 right there a month. That's
There you go.
over 50 grand a month. That's insane.
Right. So think about it. And that right there is just a few jobs.
Yeah.
8 jobs. Imagine I was selling 1 per day. I was going out to 2 to 3 leads every single day when I started, and I sold 1 per day.
That's 30 per month. 31 on some months.
Well, I was working at the time. I was working, to be honest with you, every single day, because when I came out of jail, I just wanted to make money, and I needed to make money.
Yeah, you had to.
And I still had to do like 720 hours of community service and all that
Wow.
bullshit.
Wow.
Was working with Caltrans, waking up in the morning, doing my hours. So I was doing like a day of that per week, and the rest of the days I was working. So I was really getting work done. And you know what? I got to tell you, I fell in love with the job, because the end of the day, I knew one thing, that no matter what, everything around us is sold. Somebody's going to buy, and I get to also meet new people. And as long as they like me, they buy from me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. People, they buy from people that they like.
They purchase you.
Yeah.
They buy you. They don't buy anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They literally buy nothing else besides you.
Yeah.
Because think about it. They want to get a bathroom done. They called you. Now you arrive. They're either going to go with you, with him, with me, with the people at home, somebody. They're going to go with them. They want to get a bathroom remodel.
Yeah.
So you're not selling to them. You're just guiding them to help them make a decision. They've been wanting to do it for a very long time. They've been thinking about it. The fire has been inside of them this whole time. It's been burning. They want to get it. The question is, can you put a solution and an end to their problem? That's all. If they feel like they could trust you, they'll go with you. Nobody else.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's the highest form of frequency? No?
No.
No.
The frequency of authenticity. It's about almost 5,000 times stronger than the frequency of love. Super strong. So when you are authentic, like your brother was, when I first spoke to him, right away I wanted to help him.
Yeah.
Right away. There was no if, but right away I said, I'm going to help him. And believe me, I'm a very busy man, and it's difficult for me to get a whole setup like this ready for somebody, and I did whatever it takes.
Especially like you own how many businesses now? You own over probably like 20. I think it was 10, 20 you said.
So 16 businesses.
16, yeah.
Yeah, and I had to let go of some of them, and but because now I'm opening up 4 more.
Wow.
Yeah. So people at home, everybody's been asking for the King's shot. If you guys have seen my concoction, my homemade shot, the King's shot, it's got the ginger, it's got all the good stuff in it. So I decided I'm going to make it in a way that people could have it all the time on the go and get it inside, like made out of powder.
Wow.
So I told people, everybody at home have seen it before. I've got millions of views on it. People just are like crazy about the King's shot. And it really does miracles. It does absolute miracles. I have it every single morning, And truly, if you want to like burn fat, you want to feel amazing, you want to get your day going, feel sharp, and honestly have like no sicknesses, you take the King's shot. Do you know what it's made out of?
Turmeric, lemon juice, a bunch of very like organic kind of
Very
items. It's things that very natural and good for the body. It's something that will help you with endless amount of things. Waking up, energy. When you wake up, sometimes you just feel sluggish.
Yeah.
The things I was looking there in the ingredients of the King shot is stuff that would like boost your mentality, boost your waking up process. Instead of you being sluggish, after a little bit, it's going to kick in and actually, get you ready for your day,
It's crazy because I have like guys who never believed in stuff like this, and now they're taking it. And what I have in it is lemon, ginger. I take ginger and I put it inside of a juicer. So it turns into juice. Not a blender, but an actual juicer. You put some pink Himalayan salt. You put apple cider vinegar. I like to put cayenne pepper. I tell people if you can also add some olive oil. And if you are brave, sometimes you could also add a little shot of vodka.
Not me.
Yeah, not you. Not you.
Not me.
For the 21-year-olds at home. No, but it really is just unbelievable. You take that shot and you go to the next level. Now, you could also, if you want to add anything that will like work better, the turmeric, you could add a little bit of black pepper in it as well.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, every single person that has been doing this literally felt like he's Superman all of a sudden. You feel the fire inside of you and you're ready to just go running. You're ready to work out. It gets your day going way better than coffee. Most people drink coffee in the morning, first thing in the morning. You don't want to do that. It spikes your cortisol levels up.
Okay.
Your cortisol levels are already at the highest. They're at their peak when you first wake up in the morning. Plus your body, 95% of it is like water. Some say 85%, 95%, whatever. Most of it is water. And when you're waking up first thing in the morning, you're already dehydrated and you need water. Anybody that goes to sleep at night and let's say he weighs 200 pounds, he wakes up a few pounds less. It's because you sweat. You sweat in the night. So water is most of your body. And when you're waking up and you're feeling completely dehydrated. And when somebody drinks like straight coffee first thing in the morning, they dehydrate themselves even more and shoot like their cortisol levels through the roof. And then they get anxiety. And then they feel anxious. They feel jittery. They don't feel good. So first thing in the morning is water, warm water, not cold water. It's very important that it's not too cold because your body can't really digest that. Put warm water, then the King shot, After the king shot, you wait like 15 minutes, then you can have coffee.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna say I drink a lot of coffee, and I usually do drink in the morning, and I would get a little jittery, and I'm realizing it's because I'm dehydrated. I kind of look past and I think, oh, it's just a little bit of coffee. And looking at what you're explaining to me now, you're right. It's gonna shoot my cortisol levels through the roof, waking up right away. Especially if I didn't drink a lot of water throughout the night. I'm starting to realize how important it is to drink water, and not straight coffee in the morning like how I have
No,
been.
don't. And also, if you drink coffee, I would highly recommend just black coffee and
Okay.
add butter inside of it.
Butter.
Butter. Butter is extremely good. Most people don't know, but 90% of your brain is made out of a substance called myelin, and 100% of that is made out of cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
So you need good cholesterol and fats for the brain to function well. That's why I eat a lot of red meat. That's why I have butter. You will have an incredible high with no drop and a sustainable high. So when you take coffee, when you drink coffee, you're just going to get that high energy, but you will stay there and you won't have a drop because you're drinking it with butter. So extremely important. If you are going to do that, drink it with butter. If you could add even a little tiny bit of MCT oils, going to change your life forever.
Okay.
You'll have straight focus, laser focus, completely feeling different. You'll just feel amazing. If you start the morning with water, then the king shot, after the king shot, have coffee with butter. If you want, you could add some MCT oils.
Okay.
Then after that, wait a few hours and you can have your first meal. You'll feel absolutely amazing. You'll burn belly fat if you have any. You don't, I know. Maybe you a little bit, but you'll burn belly fat.
Yeah.
And you'll feel just ecstatic to start the day. It's a perfect start of the day. And if you want to feel even better, take a cold shower right after you do the king shot. 3-minute freezing cold shower. When you get out of the shower, make sure it's with cold water. So if you like hot water, start with some hot water, clean yourself, then finish it off 3 minutes. Cold water, freezing cold. Get out of the shower, then you can have your coffee. You're going to feel insane.
Mm-hmm.
Insane, I like to say electrified.
Yeah, gets your blood flowing in the morning.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I will say definitely that crash sometimes does hit me. I have that crash halfway through the day, and I'm like, why does this keep happening?
That's horrible.
And it just makes me so like less than like.
Sustainable energy, have the butter.
I'll definitely start doing that. I'm really excited to get that going, especially with the king shot as well.
I'll get you guys on a good routine. I'll get you guys in the routine that I get everybody who I mentor, who pay literally $10,000 to get into my mentorship. I'll give you guys their routine. All you have to do is follow it and don't stop. Don't stop. It's absolutely guaranteed. I have a 100% success rate with everybody that I mentored.
Wow.
100% success rate. That you will do better, feel better, look better, be better, sell better. Whatever it is that you want, you'll get it. All you have to do is just follow the routine.
Once you've learned to sell, like you said, then where should you get a job?
Like I said, construction.
Construction?
When you know how to sell, go into construction. Don't waste your time with any bullshit. Don't be a car salesman. None of that. Only construction. Construction is all big sales and big profits. That's all. And the reason is because you have to run the job. But it's not that hard to run a job. And let me tell you the other beauty about it. You start selling construction. All right, look, I have a construction company. I haven't done construction in a while. I only do custom-made homes, like new developments. And the reason is I didn't want to work with clients anymore. And also I have no reason to. I have enough. I make enough.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you a little breakdown of a complete home build-up. I buy a house for $2.5 million. You take another somewhere around 2.5 million, around the same amount. You build a new house on it. So we tear it down, demo the house, get permits to build a new house, build on it, plus the yard, the pool, the jacuzzi, everything, brand new build, $2.5 million. That's the cost. That house that I now spend $5 million on is worth 10. Now, let's say on the low end, it's going to be somewhere around 8.5.
The profit is just.
Yeah, you
The-
still
the
make
profit-
your.
The profit is insane. You have a $3 million profit. Let's say closing cost, and you have to obviously pay the agents and all that,
Yeah.
5%. I pay 5%. Some people pay 6%. 5%. Closing cost, all of that. $500,000. If I took a hard money loan, and I also want you guys to understand the process. If I buy a house for $2.5 million, I don't have to put up $2.5 million. My credit score is over 800. I have done work in the past. I've done a lot of business. They know me. I'm good. My credit history is fine. All right. I pay my taxes. I go to the bank and I said, hey guys, I'm trying to buy this house. What do I need? As a first-time buyer, you need 3% down. I'm not a first-time buyer, and I also always like to just put 20%. That way I know for sure I'm guaranteed to get the loan. No problems, no questions asked. 20% of $2.5 million. Do you know how much that is?
Yeah, it's like what, 500 grand, 600 grand.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, $500,000. Good job.
Yeah.
What's your sign, by the way?
My sign?
Your sign, yeah. When were you born?
Oh, May
what?
May 25th.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's almost my son's birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you're a Gemini.
Oh yeah.
You guys
Gemini.
get along?
Yeah, we get
Very
along pretty
good.
well. Yeah.
What's your
we're
sign?
brothers.
Yeah, me and my brother, we get along sometimes, and then sometimes
Yeah.
we don't get along.
That's how
But
it
there
is
has
with
to
the-
be some competition
Oh
between
yeah.
you guys.
Oh yeah.
You
It's a lot.
must.
Yeah.
You must give him a hard time.
I do. We got to push each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
course,
we have
yeah.
to. Yeah.
What's your sign?
Mine, I'm pretty sure, is a Pisces, March 17th.
Yeah, you're a Pisces. Very good. No wonder you guys are good.
And I,
Very good sign. That's my favorite sign is Pisces. Because they are easy with everybody. They just are. Sweet, kind, loving, soft. My grandpa was a Pisces. He was a tough guy, but he was also a softie, Very honest though. Never take anything from anybody. It's a good thing you know math,
Yeah.
buddy here. And then let me give you the math. All right? You ready for this?
Yeah.
I get a loan. I only put down $500,000. The other $2 million is a loan. I go to somebody that has hard money. You guys know what hard money is?
somebody that you could just
Get a loan
get
from.
a loan
but
for. Like it's not,
but
there's not a
it's-
lot of interest to it, right?
no, it's the high interest.
The high interest.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the high interest. So you pay 10% plus you pay a couple of points per year. So let's say 2 points. But it's only for the first year. They don't count in the points later. Why? Because you have a middleman. I have a middleman. He charges me 2 points in the first year. And if I need the loan for longer than a year, he doesn't charge me 2 points for the next year. Only for the first year. Plus there's some closing costs and things like that. But let's say I get from him $2.5 million on a hard money loan. And I pay them 10%. What is 10% of 2.5 million?
250 grand.
Very good. Found it right here. I'm checking his business mind,
Yeah, he has all the business. I'm a little more of I feel like I have more of like the sales because I didn't mention this, but I did do sales for a couple months.
Very good.
And a lot of the stuff you're saying now, I didn't realize it when I was working there. That's really what was going on. You really like opened my eyes, like, oh my gosh, like sales is something that you could really grow on. Because I was kind of diminished by them laying all the people in the front, off. So I know they sometimes have to do that.
Let me tell you, it's the best thing you could ever do for yourself. I'll tell you in the rest of the podcast. I'm going to tell you why. So let's say I paid them $250,000 plus 2 points for the first year, which is another 2%.
So like
What's 2% of 2.5 million?
it's like 50,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's go. So I give them $300,000 for a loan for a year. It takes me a year to build a house. Think about it. All I put down was $500,000 to make $3 million that year. Do you understand how much money that is
Yeah, there's a lot of money there.
without that big of an investment.
Hmm.
Like if it might sound like a lot to you right now, $500,000, but I guarantee you, within time, it's not gonna sound like a lot. Every house out here in LA is a minimum of $1.5 million, right? So if you can make good money, you take $500,000, that can make you another three. Now, what could you do with that other three in the following year? You don't have to do one now. Now you could do at least three.
Just reinvest it.
Reinvest it. You do 3 houses. Now you're making 9 millions. You make 9 million that year.
Yeah.
Now you have an operation. You grow it to 5. 5 next year. Think about it. It just doesn't stop.
There's so much opportunity there.
So much from one little tiny investment. Now you don't even have to go that big. Before in the beginning, I did a few flips,
Hmm.
and then after that, I just went to new build. So for me in construction, I don't really do the construction anymore. But if you were to work for me, and you sold a good amount of jobs, and I gave you leads, man, there's endless opportunities. Endless.
Yeah.
Who-
And that's like, I was gonna say, like, that amount of money is more than the normal person usually makes in around 5 to 10 years, you know?
Yes. How much does a person make now, on average?
On average, I'll say
Well,
a
let's put it
decent
like
job,
this: how many hours do you work per week,
30 to 40 hours a week,
and how much do you make per week? What do you make per hour?
17, 18 an hour.
That's crazy because right now the minimum wage in California is 20.
It's 29. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, only in California, just because of how expensive things are. So they're underpaying you.
Wow. I didn't even realize that.
Okay, well, now you
Now
know.
we do.
Yeah, they're supposed to pay you at least the minimum.
Yeah.
But let's say with what you're making right now, plus you get tips, right?
Yes, I do get tips.
So on top of that, how much do you make? He'll do the calculation. Let's say he worked 40 hours,
40 hours a week.
and let's say he made $20 an hour.
Right. It's 800 a week.
Thank you. Do.
And
This
then
guy.
minus taxes is like 700 usually to 670.
Mhm.
And then if I put the tips, let's say I usually make maybe $100 to $200 in tips a week on a good
Mhm.
week, of course.
So let's say he made $1,000 a week, and he didn't pay a penny in tax. That's $4,000 in a whole month. How much is that a year?
24 or
48,000.
48,000 for the whole year. Wow.
In 10 years, it'll be 480,000.
And that's just
And that's less than the car that I just ordered.
and that's,
You
that's
and that's if
oh
you
my
didn't
gosh.
spend a penny.
Or got taxed. You didn't
Yeah.
get taxed either.
And no, that's if you didn't eat, you didn't have a plate, you had everything for free.
That's just straight take home.
Yeah.
Just net.
When there's guys out there that have private jets, why would you ever stay at a job like that? How long have you worked there?
2 months.
2 months?
2 months, about 2 months, yeah.
Okay. Then it's about that time, right?
It's about that time. That's why I'm really, looking for your help as well in this journey of life. I'm very thankful that this whole thing has gone on, meeting you and everything. It gave me insight that, maybe what I'm thinking is for me really isn't, God also directing me as well.
Of course. You know what I love about being a businessman? And it kind of came from obviously me having nothing at some point, is that I don't know what's next. But that's where God comes in.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up this morning?
9, 10 o'clock.
What time did you wake up this
I
morning?
did bad today. I did 7.
7?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's hear that.
Yeah, today was a 7 o'clock wake up day. Did not get to do morning gym or morning run, nothing.
Okay.
So
We're going to
pretty
change that
disappointed.
for you, okay?
Yeah.
You guys want to know why I wake up at 3 a.m.?
How come?
Because no one does. And if everybody's asleep, you know what I have?
Time. You're ahead of everybody.
I have alone time with God. That's when I talk to him. That's when I thank him. And I gotta tell you, sometimes I'm upset with him. But it's okay, because I'm human. I also have a lot of hard times. I get frustrated. I get annoyed. I get sad. It's okay to feel that. But the question is, after you feel that, do you keep going or do you give up?
You keep going.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. You gotta just ask for his help, let him guide you, and you'll get wherever you need to go.
If you knew what tomorrow was going to bring you, we wouldn't need faith. And we wouldn't need God. So the beauty about that is that we don't know. And because we don't know, we must turn to him and ask him for help.
Yeah.
And you know, if you'll ask, you shall receive. So it's been a blessing. And I'll put you guys in a routine that's going to get you guys to that level where you just feel unstoppable.
Yeah.
Because you got God's on your side.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, anything's possible with him.
When you got God on your side, there's nothing that can fear you.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you'll fear. Everything else will fear you, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Nothing that you will fear. You become fearless. And when you become fearless, you become limitless. You're able to do anything you want to do. Who's got the next question?
I think you have that, sir.
Sorry, I do. So,
You see, but really quick, let me ask you, how you guys feel more comfortable now?
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
A little nervous, a little bit. It's just like the emotions, like you said, you could see that I'm a little emotional in this type of aspect. I'm just shocked by God giving me this opportunity to meet you and everything.
Well, you know what? You're a
So-
Pisces. And that usually happens. As a Pisces, you guys are very soft-hearted. But it's good. It's good because people will just fall in love with you. But you can't stay at the Korean barbecue.
Oh,
Although I love the place. I love the place. And you know what's funny? Sometimes I go eat at a very expensive restaurant. The other day we went to eat at Nobu. It was, what was it, on Saturday? Was it on Saturday, honey? We went to eat at Nobu. Yeah, I think it was on Saturday. And I got to tell you, there is no place that I have more fun than at the Korean barbecue. We go everywhere to like the best restaurant, Azoulay, all these places. The Korean barbecue is a feast, and it's also an environment that is like very happy.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a lot of movement. People are laughing, smiling. They're enjoying time. They're feasting. It's
Yes.
like way better than these restaurants that are super high end and they give you little tiny plates and people are looking at you like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Over there, I could just come in with my PJs if I want to and just be myself, because I'm a poor man with money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. I'm a poor man with money. I wasn't born into a family, wasn't born into the Trump family.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I was born into a family that didn't have much, and when we say, oh, we didn't have much, my mom gets very frustrated by that. She's like, what do you mean? You had toys and you had a roof over your head. And I'm like, yeah, but we didn't have much. Like I had friends that had everything, big houses, all those things. When I moved to the U.S., me and my brother were sharing the same room. And we are exactly 4 years apart from one another.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's
know?
crazy. It's like us.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like copy and paste.
Literally, exactly. So we shared the same exact room, and my dad wasn't smart enough. He put for us 2 TVs in the room, and my brother would want to watch something, and I'd want to watch something. And next thing you know, we're both like putting up full volume.
Oh man, the little banter between the brothers.
Yeah, and then we would argue, fight. He would cry, blah blah blah. BS. But I turned him into a man, and I did my best to get him to where he's at today. I put all the time and the effort and pushed him because our dad is not rich, and my mom is not rich, and it is what it is. So someone had to guide him, and it was either I was going to do it or he was going to do it or our kids were going to do it. And I figured if I didn't come from a rich family must come from me.
Yeah.
You know, and are you guys from a rich family?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No, blue collar working dad.
Then you guys, a rich family will come from you.
Yep.
After today, a rich family will come from you. Okay?
A little off topic, I wanted to ask quickly, would you say working together as brothers is a good thing to be doing?
100%.
100%?
It's the best thing that you guys could do.
Okay.
I tried bringing my brother onto social media, but he has a business that is running and he's doing really well with it. He makes a lot of money. He makes 7 figures a year. Wow. And I'm talking about profit. A lot of guys will tell you out there, oh, I make 7 figures. Yeah, I understand, you idiot. You sold $1 million and you have like 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have a high paying job. Like what you have is a headache. Well, some people are not meant to be business owners. They don't even know how to be a CEO. They're not meant to be a CEO. They could be a founder, but they're not good at being a CEO. Okay, you have a great idea. You founded a business, but you suck at running it. And ideas are everywhere. It's very hard to find good management. I have 1 million ideas worth billions of dollars. I don't have the time and I don't have the management and the people to run it. So if you could have your brother work with you side by side, learn to work as a team, and don't ever let a woman separate between you guys. Ever, 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 I'm telling you. Every single ex-girlfriend of my brother separated us and didn't want me around. Because when I was around, he was being more of himself and more out there. And they wanted him to be more quiet because they were afraid to lose him. But that is a stupid mindset. Because if I thought that I could lose my wife in any way, even when she was my girlfriend, then I wouldn't be with her in the first place. You don't try to shut somebody down. A lot of people say, well, women have been suppressed. No, now men are being suppressed. It is easy to be a woman nowadays. It is very difficult today to be a man. In today's society, very difficult to be a man. You're either going to be a strong man or you're going to fail. And working as a team, do you guys know what Belgian horses are?
No.
Never heard of it.
Belgian horses are the biggest and the strongest horses in the world. Each one could pull 12,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
If the two of them, Mr. Mathematician here,
4,000 pounds.
if the two of them are put together, how much weight could they pull?
24,000.
24?
Hold on, give that to your brother. How much can 2 Belgian horses, alpha males, pull together if each one could pull 12,000 pounds?
Together, they're pulling 24,000 right there.
By definition and by math, if you do it right, they're pulling 24,000. When you put 2 alpha males, Belgian horses, together, they could pull 36,000 pounds because one pushes the other. If you guys will work together as a team, like 2 Belgian horses, you'll be able to pull a lot more than you're pulling on your own. Deep,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah, I like that.
So it's amazing that when you see brothers really work as a team and understand that nothing can break you, which means if I separated you and I took you in a room, no matter how hard I would beat you, you don't give up your brother.
Oh, never.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't break. You just don't. No matter what. Brotherhood is the most important thing you can have. It's the most precious. You know, when you, it's crazy because some people made it almost like in a joke. Like, oh, you see those buddies, they're friends, they're best friends. Oh, they must be gay because they're best friends. They started shaming men for being best friends and loving one another, having a platonic relationship, a brotherhood, a team, because they wanted to separate us. But you're not supposed to separate. supposed to work together. And if you guys both are aligned, now all you have to have is the third person with you, a third brother. 3 brothers could take over a whole country as long as you have the right mindset.
Yeah, we gotta get our little brother in on that.
There's another brother?
There's a third brother.
What?
Yeah.
Where is he at?
He's 15. He's at home. Yeah, we gotta get him on the right mindset. He's stuck in that, the younger phase of video games and girls and skating, that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I say there's time for everything.
Yeah.
Even if you want to play video games, set 45 minutes for video games, set 45 minutes for education, not school. I never let school get in the way of my education. Too many people believe that if they go to school, they go to university, their professor, a business professor, will teach them how to create, build, run a business. He doesn't own a business.
Never has.
Never has. He's a sheep. He's trying to teach you something he's never done. Let's be real. If everything was in the books, we would not have teachers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he told me when I met him in the Korean barbecue place. He told me that.
Yeah.
Like same
Yes.
exact line.
Yeah.
That really was like opening to me as well. Just wanted to share that.
Yeah, of course. Who was the next question?
Oh,
Is that you or
yeah,
him?
that's me. It's me. Yeah.
Did I answer your question? Was it
Yes,
good? Good?
it was good. Is selling construction or real estate also a stepping stone into something else? Or does it just end there? Is that just where you're done once you master that?
All right. So anything you do in life, it's selling. Sales is extremely important because you learn negotiations. You learn people's emotions. You start to read people better. You start to understand them. You hear their needs. They speak to you. Now you're like, oh, now I know how to open up that person. Open them up to speak. Well, if they could speak, you know what they want. If now you know what they want, you know what to deliver. And you have negotiations daily with, for example, your father. You have negotiations with your dad ever
Yes.
since you're a child, right? Hey, Dad, I want this. Well, you do this, I'll give you this. Okay, what about if I do that, you give me this?
Yeah.
And he's like, sure. Right? I remember my dad was like, I was like, hey, Dad, can I get $20 to go to the movies? And I was like 10, 11. And he's like, well, only if you actually wash my car, And I'm like, okay, so, but I'll tell you what, I'll wash your car tomorrow because I'm going to the movies now, But if I wash your car tomorrow and also take out the trash and maybe I'll do the dishes, can I get $40? Because tomorrow I'm thinking about going to dinner and with some friends and, I'm probably going to have a burger. Can I have more money? And then there we go. He's like, okay, if you get it done, but you promise, yes? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, fine. Right? That right there was a negotiation. So being in sales, you learn negotiations, right? And then from there, you get into real estate. The beauty about construction is that it gets you into real estate. Because imagine, I learned how to remodel homes, right? For example, you start being a salesman. You work for me now. You're my salesman. I send you on a job for a flooring. You go, you see the flooring. You come back, you ask me questions. Now you go online, you learn things about flooring. Then I send you to a bathroom remodel, right? Because it's never the same thing. It's always whatever somebody wants to do in his house. It's called home improvement. Now you go see somebody who wants to have their kitchen done, their bathroom. They have a roof leak. They need a new AC, HVAC system, whatever it is. A year and a half, 2 years. Look at what happened. You now understand the trade. You understand how it gets done. You've seen the work. That's 1. 2, you know how to sell. 3, you work on your time with your car. So you work as a 1099 and then you just open up a corporation, which it's best to open up an S Corp because that's a bypass company. It's a pass-through company. Money goes in, money comes out.
Yeah.
So you get a company. You know how to run the job. You know the workers. You understand the scope of work. You know how long it takes. You make a lot of money. You take that money, you buy now houses. That house that you want to buy, let's say you want to turn into a rental property, you have to remodel it while you have the team. You have the guys. Now, for example, let's say you worked for me for 5 years and you already have under your belt 10 houses and you also have good money. All you need now is a license that I provide to you. Now you get your own license after 4 years. And all you have to do is with the license with your company is get leads, which means you throw money into advertisement, you get leads. And now you go do the job yourself. You sell for yourself. So instead of you splitting the profit, kitchen, you sell it for 45, it costs you 15, let's say. $30,000, that goes to you.
Yeah. You're not the middleman anymore.
That's it. You don't have to give me your money. You don't have to share with me anything. It's all for you. Then from there, real estate, real estate, real estate. In real estate, when you come to do a deal, you walk into a house, okay, you see the house. They like you, right? You give them a story, whatever. They fall in love with you, they'll sell you the house. Now they sold you the house. That right there is by doing sales. They sold it to you for a good deal. You're happy, they're happy, everybody's happy. And from there, you could just grow and grow and grow. For example, I became after that a venture capitalist. I became also an inventor. I started inventing products. I have multiple patents under my name. You know, I did everything that I needed to do, but things will just come to you. You actually don't even need to think about it. If you're going to sales and construction, from there you'll go straight into real estate. From real estate, you could always do whatever you want.
Yeah, because you already learned the business.
You made money. And I'll tell you, if you're not going to go into the movies, if you're not going to go be a movie star, if you're not going to be some influencer or whatever, the absolute best job is sales, and the best business is construction and real estate. 90% of the millionaires in the US became millionaires from real estate. 100% of billionaires became billionaires from private equity, buying businesses. Buying businesses, growing them a little bit, putting some add-ons, multiplying the business, selling it. That's how they became billionaires. But if you want to become a millionaire, you just have to do construction and have to own some real estate. And it's very easy. Also, not to forget to mention to you guys, every time you buy a house, every 10 years, it doubles in price. If you bought it today for $1 million, in 10 years, it'll be worth $2 million.
Wow.
And it's not because the house goes up in value, it's because of inflation. You know what inflation is?
Yeah, it's just how just over time things increase just because of national debt and stuff like that.
Yes, and also printing money.
That's what it is, printing, yeah.
They print money. Most of it, they print digital. It's not actual physical money. Only 3% of the money in the economy is physical. The rest is just digital. It's a number on the screen. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's bullshit. So you have to learn the art of leveraging debt. That right there, leveraging debt, people don't know how to leverage debt or they're afraid of leveraging debt. But if you could leverage debt, that right there is the shortcut to becoming rich. Think about it. I just told you about the house that I built and how much money I made off of it with $500,000. Stupid people think, I have to have the whole $5 million to build it, to make $3 million. No, all you have to have is $500,000 to make $3 million. You loan the rest. You borrow the rest. You don't need the whole amount. Leveraging debt is key to quick success. That's it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's to the money guy.
Yeah.
But if you guys work together as a team, you're the mathematician like me. Good.
Yeah.
You are the charmer, right? Because people are going to fall in love with you just by your soul. You don't have to speak much. You know, if you're going to do sales, people are going to love you for who you are. You're very soft. People will love that. And you'll make a ton of money. And him with the glasses, put him to do the accounting. You go bring the money, he does the accounting. eventually your accountant, is not going to have enough mind to be able to count it. It's going to have so much money. It's not going to be able to count it,
Yeah.
It's going to have trouble, with the Hebrew accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure to get an Israeli accountant.
Israeli accountant.
Israeli or at least Jewish. He'll make sure you don't pay taxes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
good.
Great. No
Or,
taxes.
or Papa Trump will take care of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. What's the next question?
What's the most important lesson you've learned about running a successful business?
That's a good one. Let's think. I want to give you the best answer.
Yeah.
I've realized that when you're honest and you follow through with what you say you're going to do, and I have my own values as a human, I always under-promise and over-deliver. It's like a big thing for me. I have to. I have to give you more. I don't know why. Maybe because my father told me I was going to be nobody. Maybe because the teachers told me I was going to be a nobody. I have to give more. For me, it's extremely important. So when I work with people and I do business, I give them my heart. And it always worked out. No matter what I did, I put my heart into it. And that's truly like the biggest lesson that I've learned was if you put your whole heart into what you do, everything will be perfectly fine. And a lot of guys out there are trying to make money. No. In order to attract, you have to become attractive. And you don't work hard on your job. You work hard on yourself. You become a better person. You do better for the world. And if you smile at the world will smile back at you. So everything that I did it with my heart. And I always wanted to improve. And I'll tell you, there is 3 people I don't do business with, like get into partnership with. First one is a man that cheats on his wife. A man that cheats on his wife will cheat on me, no problem. I have no reason to be around him. If he cheats on his wife, the woman that shares a bed with him, I have no reason to do business with him. Because any moment that he could, he will cheat on me as well. The second kind of person is a person that's not a godly person. If he doesn't believe strongly in God. If he doesn't know God exists. Because those people I have to watch all the time. You have to watch every move they make. They'll steal from you any moment they can. Because they don't think that somebody's watching. And I don't have time to chase those people. And the third person is a pretty woman. I don't do any business. She could work for me, but I cannot be her partner, a pretty woman. I've tried it before. They know they are pretty. They feel entitled. They come late to job. They put on you more work and they want to give less work. And if I'm big boss and I'm good looking, very quickly, if she's not married or not taken, or even if she is married, she'll in some way flirt with me. And even if I'm married, she'll flirt to just get away with certain things. And eventually she'll try to become my wife. And that's something, these are like 3 people I don't want to deal with. Will I hire a pretty woman to work for me? Yes, 100%. No problem at all. Why? Because I could fire her if she's getting out of hand. But if it's your business partner, now you have an issue. You know?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, a man will always put in more work than a woman. But a woman is smarter than a man. So you have to know where to delegate between people. People think that men are smarter than women. It's not true. I have women who work for me that are absolutely so intelligent and they could do everything. But do whatever you got to do from 9 to 5. That's it. A man will work the hardest. He won't tell you, oh, it's 5 o'clock, come off. He'll give you a call at 8 p.m. to let you know that he's got a great idea. And if a woman is like that, by the way, that's because she went into her masculine energy. So if she's more masculine, then she'll be exactly like that guy. She'll call me at 8 p.m. telling me, hey, or send me an email. I thought about this. This is what we should do for the business. And those women are great. I'm very quick to detect that. And I hire them right away. So you have to kind of know who. But the majority, it's women 9 to 5. Then they head on with their day. And a man, he has something to prove. He doesn't feel entitled. He has something to prove. He's going to push. He'll call me anytime in the night just to let me know he's got a great idea. He'll show up earlier. He will leave later. Won't ask for a raise. And then I do my evaluation of those people every 90 days. If he's good, give him a raise. Doesn't even have to ask for it. If he's not good, he's fired. I give 3 warnings and then you're fired. The third one is to let you go. So the first 2 are a warning. The third one is to let the person go. And that's if they make the same exact mistake. If it's a different mistake, then something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was going to say 3 warnings seems like a lot.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe in giving people a second chance.
Yeah.
If it's not that bad. You know? My first partner stole from me. Didn't give him a second chance.
Yeah, can't.
You know? It's like, imagine someone trying to shoot you with their last bullet and misses. Are you going to give them a second one?
No.
No way.
Not a chance.
That's it. Bye-bye. Same with a woman. A woman cheats. And for me, cheating is not like being intimate with somebody. She could talk to somebody and it's cheating, right? A flirt, whatever. Oh, you cheated. Bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's important. Hold your values as a man. Be strong. Hold your values. Be who you are. And a lot of the times people try to be somebody else, someone they're not. The problem is that eventually the real you will come out. And then the people who loved you didn't love you for who you are. They loved you for who you're pretending to be. So be yourself because everyone else is taken. And you can only lie about who you are for so long. So just be who you are. And the people that will love you for you. So I'm myself at all times. Sometimes people say I'm rude. People say I'm kind. Right?
Mm-hmm.
My attitude is just a reflection of someone's behavior. If you're rude to me, I'm rude to you. If you're kind to me, I'm kind to you. My values are very, very straightforward and strict. You treat me well, I guarantee you I'll treat you better.
That's great. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to have high standards.
But hold your standards as a man.
Yeah.
Hold them. I guarantee you'll attract the best of the best. You won't need to chase. Never chase a girl. If she's yours, she wouldn't be running. Why chase her? Don't need to. She's mine. If I tell her she's mine, she's mine. If she's running away, I'm not going to chase her. Then I remove my values and my integrity as a man. You know? And as adults, you'll realize it as you get older. If I didn't have a wife and I approached somebody and I said, hey, like I approached my wife. I said, hey, you're going to be my wife. And she looked at me and she said, like, who are you? I said, it's okay. Sit down here. You're mine. She sat down. She held my hand and she was mine. That's what I said. That's what happened. Let's say she would tell me, no. Okay, I'm a great salesman. Give me a no. Say no.
No.
Oh, no, I know. But it's a yes. We obviously know that because you've been waiting for me for this long. You have a boyfriend? No, exactly. It's because you've been waiting for me. But I don't take a no. But if after that I have to start chasing her, there's no reason, there is my one is there somewhere. She's waiting for me. It's not you. Bye. That's it. But in adulthood, you'll recognize that. In school, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, because, yeah.
I see her at recess. Let me give her some Reese's Pieces. Maybe she'll like me. Right?
Yeah.
What's next? Who's the next question?
How do you set goals and ensure your consistency moving toward them?
You ever made a vision board before?
No, but I've heard about them, and I was looking into doing that at some point.
So practically, okay, I'm somebody that could vision everything. I'm a visionary. But practically what you would do is you would take a board, like a whiteboard, get it from Target, and whatever it is you want to have in your near future, you take it, pictures. For example, you want a Lambo, take a picture of a Lambo, whichever Lambo, the same color that you want. If you want a green one, don't put a yellow one. And you take it and you just put it on, glue it on, make a vision board. Your house, your car, what wife you want to have, kids, children, things like that. Get just photos of everything. Vacations, restaurants. In the mind, we have something called the RAS, the reticulating activating system. That determines what you notice and what you don't notice. Do you remember every tree that you saw on the way here?
No.
Do you remember every sign?
No.
No. And the reason is because the reticulating activating system is functioning in a way that you won't go crazy. So you had a destination to reach, which was the studio. You just followed the road and you got to the studio. If you had to remember every single thing, you'd go crazy. Mm-hmm. But if you give the RAS a target to hit, it will hit it. It will hit the target. But in order for it to hit a target, you got to give it direction. And the direction is usually there when you have a destination. But if you don't have a destination, you'll have no direction, and then you don't know where you're going.
How could you be a successful person and businessman if you don't even know where you're going, where you're directed?
Think about it. You want to have a car, but you don't know what car you want to have. So is it a Toyota that is $30,000? Or is it the Rolls Royce that I just ordered that is $600,000?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Because if you don't know, then you don't know what to work up for.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a question about that?
Another question. It's mainly about just hyper focusing on your goals, essentially.
Yes. So you set a goal. For example, if you want some kind of amount of money, you want to have $1 million by the end of this year, you have to say, I will have $1 million. You write it down. You put it in paper. You literally write it down on a paper. I'm going to have $1 million by the end of this year. You put a date on it. Now when you have a goal, now you'll start thinking, how could I make $1 million? I could tell you that every person who set a goal either reached it, got very close to it, or worked hard enough to get to a point that he was able to see it. But if you're thinking, well, I'm going to wake up today and I'm just going to go work as a server, well, what are you working for? Oh, well, I want to buy a Lambo. Okay, how much is it? It's $300,000. Well, how long will that take you being a server? Okay, I'm not going to be a server.
Yeah.
You don't sell your soul for a paycheck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you'll start thinking, how can I make money? And when you'll think enough and you sit and brainstorm with your brother and with your friends, you guys will come up with ideas. Because think about how many people are making money out there. You go to Beverly Hills, there's thousands of houses. Well, each one of them is $3, $4, $5 million at least. Oh, all these people are multi millionaires? You go to Calabasas. You go to Brentwood. All these people are millionaires. Hollywood Hills. All these people are millionaires. But not just like 1, 2 million. I'm talking about 10, 20, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million. Oh, wow. If there's so many of them that have done it, why can't you? It's not like one guy floated and you're like, oh my God, I could float too in regular water, you know? Okay, they say Jesus walked on water. All right, he's the only one? Only one. Now you're not going to try walking on water because you're like, okay, well, he was a prophet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if everybody's a millionaire, there's 22 million millionaires in the U.S.
Wow.
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 That is a lot of millionaires.
Yeah.
90% of them from real estate.
You gotta just start. You gotta just start.
So I'm telling you, you have to understand that if you don't set a goal, you will never hit it because you won't know what to hit. Write down on paper how much money, when, what car you're going to drive, when you're going to drive it, where you want to live, who you want to be with, what you want to do, and just do it. And always speak as of now I'm doing it. Not I'm going to open up a business, I'm opening a business. Not I'm going to. You're doing it now. When you say in future tense, the brain receives commands. It received a command from you. I can't do this. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
Wow. Yeah.
When you say I can't,
You're not gonna do it.
when you say I can, you're going to do it. So whenever you're doing anything, say, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm doing it. I am doing it right now. And don't stop.
That's crazy. Like, I was talking about weeks before I met you how I'm going to talk to somebody who could mentor me or show me a path and teach me. And just seeing there at Jen once again, the Korean barbecue place as well, it just shocked me seeing you at the Korean barbecue place. It showed me, wait, whoa, I have a chance now. Let me just take it. Instead of saying, oh, I'll talk to him maybe next time he comes in,
Right.
or next time I see someone, I'll talk to him. I was like, I have this chance. Who knows? Maybe I won't get another,
Of course.
So that's why I took it.
You believe in God?
I do, and I feel like that's the reason why I met you, as you were saying as well. There was a reason behind all of it, was to do with God.
Do you believe in God?
I do. I have for over 21 years. I feel like I believed him before I was even born. He's helped me through everything. There's been times where I may be a little distant, feel like, not 100% with him, but I realized that that's just me realizing that it takes hard times to really understand that he's not going to just give you everything.
Of course not.
He's going to make you work for it,
The harder you work, the luckier you're going to get.
So
Think about it. But I want to ask you, do you believe your brother is your brother, or do you know he's your brother?
Oh, I know he's my brother.
No.
So why do you believe in God and not know that God exists? Belief is a word of doubt.
I see what you're saying.
We don't believe, we know.
It's more, I feel like it's sometimes you don't necessarily feel 100% like God's there because you're going through something hard and you feel like he's not helping you, but at the end of the day you realize later on that it was a lesson he was teaching you to bring you up further in life. And there's a reason behind everything in that sense.
Look, people for some reason want to be able to see something in order to believe it. That is a very closed mind. God is like Wi-Fi. You could connect to him from anywhere, any place, anytime. You just can't see him. But when you connect to Wi-Fi, you see it on your phone. Well, the fact that you woke up this morning is the reason you should know God exists. Because I guarantee you, both of you, if I'll ask you, before this life, before you came here, do you know where you came from? Either you know or you don't know.
I know where I came from. I feel like I do. I feel like I know I came from
But the
God.
real
At the end of the day, I feel like He's the
the
one.
real question is, do you know? Do you can you tell us? Because I don't. So if you could go ahead and tell me, I'll be happy to hear about it.
No, I don't know. No, I may have
Do you know where
assumptions.
assumptions, exactly. Do you know where you came from before this life?
No. No, we can't possibly know.
Did you ever have someone pass in your family? A grandpa, somebody? You have no way of speaking to them, right?
Hmm.
Do you know where they went after this life?
Yeah.
You've been there?
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
The real question is, do you know where they went?
No. Never seen it with my own eyes.
Never. So you don't know where you came from, and you don't know where you're going. Do you know what you're doing here?
Yeah. Our goal should be to just live through him and follow what he's showing us and leading us to.
It's been a problem that men don't know where they came from, and they don't know where they're going after this life, and they also don't know what they're doing here. And the truth is that if you think about it, the one thing that people must have and love to do, and do it almost a third of their life, is sleep. Because they say sleep is the cousin of death. Did you know that?
I didn't. I did not. But
We have to sleep. You could go a long time without food, a long time without water, but you must sleep. You go days without food, days without water, but sleep, a couple of days and you're out. You can't take that very long. And if you really think about it, you have dreams.
I don't.
You don't dream at all?
I dream like very little. It's strange, honestly.
But in our dream, we could do it all, right? We can fly, we could jump. So if we don't know where we came from and we don't know where we're going, sleep is the thing we love to do most, and it's the cousin of death. So maybe when you're going to sleep, you're waking up, and when you're waking up, you're actually asleep.
I will say on that.
You ever thought about that?
I have. I feel like sometimes when you're sleeping, you're living another life.
Yeah, you are. You are, because the afterlife is when you sleep. Your soul leaves the body every time you go to sleep. And when it leaves the body, it goes to God. And the soul will tell God about what the body wants. And when it comes back here to the body, if God approves what the soul is telling him, then the body will receive it. God gave you a body, and this is the way that you are able to walk the planet. You could smell, you could see, you could hear, you could breathe, you could eat, whatever, right? You could feel. But your soul and your body are business partners. You know? And they have to work together as a team. In order for you to feel good, your soul must feel good. So if you're abusing the body, you're abusing the soul. Most people do things for their body. They put on a nice watch, they get in a nice car, put on nice clothes. But your soul doesn't care what time it is. And that's where you need some time for yourself and for God. Because your soul needs to feel happy, and the only way it could feel happy is if you connect to God. So when you wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I pray. You connect to God, the soul is happy, you treat the body well, you eat well, you eat good food. Stay away from food 2 hours before you go to sleep. because the body needs to process it. And when it does, there's all the acids running in the body. Watch, if you go to sleep on a full stomach, you'll have bad dreams. That's because the acids are running in the body, in the stomach. Go to sleep on an empty stomach, you'll have very, very good sleep. Very good sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna test that out tonight, actually. Yeah.
Good, I'll put you on a good routine, don't worry.
All right, cool.
King shot in the morning as well. Let's
Yeah.
do it. I'm excited.
Awesome, what's the next question?
How do you determine when to take a big risk versus when to play it safe?
A lot of people want to play it safe. No risk, no reward. You know, no pain, no glory, no hero, no story. Right? In order for a hero to be a hero, there has to be a story. Right? Like anytime, for example, let's say you're a rich person, you have kids, now your kids are rich. They're not cool.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go through adversity to become rich. It was just handed to them. The hero's journey is the best part of the movie. When he's hurt, when something happens, and he leaves, then he comes back as the hero. So when you take risks, only good things can come from it. Because at the end of the day, everything is a lesson. It's not a loss. Nothing is a loss. It's only a lesson. And if you truly believe in that, and I'll help you right now believe in it, because nothing is ours. Your clothes are yours? Are your clothing yours?
No, it's
Your
not
clothes are
mine.
not.
It's not mine.
Are your clothes yours? No. And I'll tell you why. And I want you guys to take it with you. You ready?
Yeah.
Before this life, did you bring anything with you? Did you come here with some sort of an investment, money, shirts? Did you bring that with you when you were born?
Nothing.
No. When you get buried, do you take anything with you to wherever you're going?
No.
No. So, by definition, everything you've gained in this life is not yours, because you came here with nothing and you're leaving with nothing, which means in this lifetime you didn't gain anything and you didn't lose anything. Can you comprehend that?
Yeah.
You were the same person from the beginning to the end. Maybe
Nothing
the way
is yours.
you had the things you had changed, but they weren't really yours because
They're
you
not.
didn't have them when you started, and you're not going to have them when you end.
Exactly. So you have to know what you're working for. The only thing you will probably take with you are experiences. So it's very important that you'll be present. And being present is unwrapping the moment. Being here now. People that live the past, they live in depression. People that are living the future, they're always anxious. The only people that are at peace are the people that are living the now. You have to live the now. And those are the disciplined people. They're the ones that live the now. You have to put yourself through the challenges. You have to make the mistakes. The only way for you to know that a mistake is a mistake is by making the mistake. You don't know it's a mistake until you made it.
Yeah.
So how do you determine between a good decision and a bad decision? Usually, you want to answer that?
Yeah, I was gonna say that you determine if it's good or bad, but you have to do it first, And if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, you learn from it.
Exactly. In order to determine the difference between a bad decision and a good decision is usually by making a decision that was the bad decision, and now you know it's not bad, it's not good, it's bad, and next time I'll make the right decision. That's how you determine it. But if you haven't made that decision yet, you haven't taken that step, and the leap of faith, too many people tippy-toe through life to make it safely to death. Why?
Because they're scared.
Why would you want to make it safely to death? What a stupid idiot game. Let's play it safe, and then we're going to die.
What's the point?
If anybody could answer that, nobody could answer that. People are playing it safe. Playing it safe for what? You might die tomorrow. Boom, God takes you. It's your time. You never know, right? So live life to the fullest, because you're not going to make it out alive anyways. What's 100% guaranteed is that we're all going to be dead.
Yeah.
So why not enjoy what was given to us? Every day is a gift. Wake up in the morning and tell yourself happy birthday. People say, oh, you live once. Bullshit. You die once. You live every single day. Every single day you live. You die one time. Can you accept that?
You have to.
Does that change your perspective about things?
Yeah. I mean, you gotta just take action. Just do it. You wake up, you gotta, whatever you're thinking to do, you gotta just do it.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
You guys, I see you all holding a cross.
Yeah, I'm a cross, yeah.
You believe in my brother, he's a Jew. You know he's a Jew, yeah?
Yeah.
You know a lot about Jesus?
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, because obviously there's much more to learn, but I know a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Jesus, let's call him by his real name. Do you know his real name?
I don't.
Yoshua. That's not Jesus. His real name was Yoshua. That's the name that his mother gave him. He's Israeli like me. He was Jewish, and he was also practicing Judaism. He was a prophet, and practically was going to become a rabbi. So, by definition, you guys are Jews. All Christians are Jews. That's why we get along like this.
Yeah.
That's why Jews protect the Christians and Christians protect the Jews. It's like United States full of Christians. They protect Israel.
Yeah.
We're like their little baby, But
Yeah.
it's because the real Christians understand that they were once Jews. We're just separated, but we're all the same. We're all brothers and sisters, literally. So Yoshua died in public. I don't want you to live in hiding.
Wow.
Do you understand what I said?
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Wow.
Yoshua died in public. Do not live in hiding. Nothing will find you except death and hiding. Promise me you're not going to hide from the world?
I'm not gonna hide.
And go out there and you're going to tell the world exactly who you are and what you're going to do. And you scream it out loud. You tell everybody. You tell Instagram tomorrow morning, I'm a man. I'm going to take over. Then hey, some people will laugh at you. It's okay. They still laugh at me. I just changed completely the way that I edit my videos, because my videos was before to go viral, but it catches a lot of the brain rot people. Well, I decided to catch the smarter people. So I had to change my editing. No more like crazy B-rolls in there and, you know, superheroes and stuff like that. No more zooms in and out that pull you into the screen and out of the screen like brain dead. I said, hey, it's not good for people. So I changed that. But majority of my followers are brain dead people. They're like brain rotted. So all of a sudden, I get less likes. I was getting like 30,000 likes. All of a sudden, I'm like 400 likes.
Wow.
All of a sudden, the views are down. But I decided I didn't want to be like the rest. And I realized I was catching only brain rot people. And honestly, that's not the audience that I want. I want the people who want to improve. So yes, you'll see in the comments now people laugh and say, ha ha ha, look at you. What happened? Did you buy followers? Is that why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you just gotta look at them and say, you know, poor people. Anybody that's in the comments talking shit,
They were the ones too scared to step up.
they have nothing going on for them.
Yeah. If that's what they're spending their time on, I mean,
Think about it. They're going out of their day, spending their time that is the most, like, that's like the greatest asset that they hold. More than real estate, more than anything. Greatest asset. And they waste it on talking shit to people on social media. How sad is their life? I don't even reply to these people. I don't look at them. Doesn't matter. I continue on with my day. So if they will laugh at you, it's okay. Laughs who laughs last. Can they afford a studio? No. Could they afford a big house? No. Could they afford a penthouse? No. Could they afford traveling the world? No. Okay. They're just hating. They want to be you. It's okay. So don't be afraid. Don't live in hiding.
All right. So, what habits or routines have been crucial to your success?
You know what? This is a very important one because it's one of the things that will actually make anybody successful. So, I still believe in luck. I believe that some people are just destined to be more successful than others, right? Everybody's working hard. There's a lot of men doing the same thing that somebody like, for example, Elon Musk is doing, but they're not as rich as he is. Or they didn't get as lucky to meet the people in the way that, you know, was around him, for example. Or not everybody is the president of the United States like Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Or there's guys out there that are doing the same amount of videos or posting the same amount of videos as I am and maybe studying even more than me and still don't have the success that I have. I still believe in some luck. Just like I believe in destiny, I believe also in luck. But if you have good habits and you choose the good things and you have a good routine and you stay away from bad people and negativity and toxic, you will, no matter what, do way better than you have before. So let's take, for example, Mr. and Mr. here. Let's say you guys hang out together and you guys make each one about $5,000 a month. But he tells you, hey, there's these girls, let's go hang out with them tomorrow night. You went with these girls, you spent 4 hours. The following day, you tell him, hey, let's go hang out with our buddies. Spend another 4 hours. He tells you, hey, bro, let's take a hit of some weed. You take a hit of weed, you guys are high for 3 hours. The next day, you guys are tired. Then you tell him, you know, let's start smoking cigarettes. It's good for you. Then the next day, he's like, let's have some alcohol. And let's play video games. And let's say you still make $5,000 a month. Great. You guys are going downhill. You know why? Because even if you make $1 million a month, if you're not going up, up, up still, because you're getting older, in my opinion, you're going downhill. So you're either like this or like this. And why is that? Because we age. So if right now you make $1 million a year and you're 21, and at 35 you're still making $1 million a year, but your spending is about the same, and you're not even able to invest or save any money, in my opinion, you're going downhill. But if you're making at 21 $100,000 a month, $100,000 a year, and then the next year you're making 200,000, then the following year 400, and by the time that you get to the age of like 30, you're making like 3 million, then you're going uphill. So staying stagnant in what you're making, for anybody, you're going downhill. You're not going uphill. So if you have good habits and you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't sleep past 4 a.m., every single day you educate yourself, only self-improvement books, none of that bullshit, fairy tale, sci-fi, things that you could use in real life. Anybody that is very, very rich, worth hundreds of millions to billions, ask any of them, because I've mentored some of them. Each one said the same thing. They read one book per week. Do you know how many weeks are in a year?
Wow. It's like what, 46 or 48? 48.
52. So, they read 52 books per year. Now you ask them why. Do you even remember all the books? They said no. But what they did say is this. One good idea was worth over $1 million. One good idea that you could apply to your life. So you read daily, you turn that into a habit. You go to the gym daily, turn that into a habit. You want to be a high performance man? You eat steaks. Only stay away from everything, your mind will be extremely sharp. You want to have some body weight on you as well? Add sweet potato or white rice to it. So your muscle bellies will look nice and full. But you won't be able to have the stamina and the energy for as long as somebody who only eats steaks, because it makes you a little bit lethargic after you eat carbs. So, but that's if you want to look a little bit more like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Or have like a nice physique with nice round muscle bellies, full muscle bellies. But if you don't care about that, just eat steaks. Only red meat, salt, king shot in the morning, water before that, coffee after that, coffee throughout the day, butter in the coffee, you're set. You will work and function like a high performance man. You'll be extremely sharp, no fogginess. You'll be at Mach speed at all times. You want to become really successful? That's what you do. And you eliminate anybody who tells you something negative, eliminate them. You've seen Squid Games?
I've heard of it. I've never watched it
Okay.
myself.
You've been eliminated. That's it. Done deal. You eliminate them. Even if it's your mother, you have to see her every day. Okay, mom, I love you. Bye. Don't create a conversation. Don't get into something that you can't get out of. Because they're close to you. They'll affect you anyways. You have feelings. You can't control that. If your mom knows how to upset you, hi mom, I love you. Bye. You guys live with both parents?
Yeah, my parents they're split, so I go from one to the other.
Okay. So whoever it is, you know, it could be a mom, it could be a dad, whatever, brother. They are negative. Just, hey mom, I love you. Hey dad, I love you. Bye. That's it. Your friends? You're not my friend. You're an enemy if you're trying to bring me down.
Yeah.
Your friend, so-called friend that tells you come smoke some weed, that's your enemy. That's not your friend. You don't know that guy. It's an undercover hater. I call those people double agents. They're double agents. Be careful. Good habits.
Yeah.
And let me give it to you, just so you understand. Good habits are reading books, eating healthy, going to the gym, constantly working towards something that you love to do, because if you do what you love to do, you won't work a day in your life, and keeping good people around you. And that's also a woman. A woman is very important. She could make you or she could break you. Sounds good?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Answer that question very well.
Yes.
What's the biggest mistake you've made, and what did you learn from it? I think it's just
The other
In
one
general.
was
in
the
general.
business,
Yeah. In general.
In general. Let's see, the biggest mistake. Oh, there was many mistakes that I've made. But I think every mistake was meant to be, because every time I thought it was a loss, it became a big lesson for me. And it made me who I am today. I think it was a mistake, but at the same time, I still function the same way. I just know how to read people much better. But the first big mistake that I've made was actually letting somebody run all the accounting without me. I didn't know what money was going in and what money was going out. I never looked at the bank accounts. Matter of fact, I didn't even have access.
Wow.
But I was 19. And then I found him stealing from me. But I still don't really care to watch the bank account. Still. And in some businesses, I do have partners. I no longer have 50-50 partners. Anybody that's my partner is less than 50%. Because I thought about it this way. If partnership was such a great thing, then God would have one as well. And I don't believe he does.
He's on himself.
So anybody that's a partner of mine is because I gave them shares in the company. I run all their companies. I control them. I manage them. And everybody that I have in there, I have full trust. Full trust, and I make everybody happy. But I think that's the big mistake that I've made back then, that I don't make it anymore. You know? But I think you have to make some sort of a mistake in order for you to truly understand in life what to expect. And don't think that you'll never have some surprises again. You'll still have some surprises. But what to expect? Expect the worst, but hope for the best. Because I don't care what, King Azoulay is blessed. Amen. Amen.
That's a good one.
All right, what's the next one?
So, one of a pretty important question here is, how do you stay motivated during the tough times that you've had to dealt with throughout your life?
I don't believe in motivation. Motivation doesn't exist in my world. You can only stay motivated for some time. You know, you can't stay motivated forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, imagine right now I give you coffee and you got energy. Well, if you keep drinking coffee, you're not going to have the same energy. It's just like people that take drugs. Why do you think drugs get so addictive? Because you have to continue to take them, and you constantly try to take more and more to get the same feeling you got the first time. Motivation will die down. Fuck motivation. When I gotta do something, there's a duty, I get it done. You know, I wake up in the morning at the same time every single day. I do what I have to do. It's always a routine. My habits, some people have a bad habit of waking up in the morning and starting with a 6-pack of beer. And my habit is get up in the morning and read a book and then go through my day, go to the gym, eat healthy food. And it's not motivation anymore. It's just a daily routine. It's my lifestyle. People think about motivation like you got to be excited or something. You should be excited to be alive. Do you know you're sitting right now on top of the world?
Yeah, literally.
Like if you
Literally.
think about it, you're on top of the world. You might not be at the highest peak, at the highest mountain, but you're on top of the world. You're not 6 feet under.
No.
You're literally on top of the world. But people don't think about it this way. People think that money is everything. Money doesn't make the person makes the money. From 0 to 10, how happy are you right now?
I mean,
Be real with me, don't lie.
realistically,
Yeah, realistically, how happy you are. Because you don't
Like-
seem very energetic to me.
like a 6.
Like a 6, thank you.
Yeah.
If I gave you $10 million right now, would you be happier? Be honest, don't be real. Don't be.
No, Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could be.
You want to tell me if you right now you won the lottery and $10 million, you wouldn't be happier?
No, yeah, I'd definitely be happier.
You'd be happier, right?
Yeah.
You take that mic and tell me you'd be happier.
Yeah, I'd definitely be happier.
You'd be happier if you got $10 million right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, but if I give you $10 million and I say tomorrow you can't wake up, you're done. Would you take it right now?
No, not a chance.
By definition, you're saying that waking up in the morning is worth more than $10 million, right?
Yeah.
Then
Wow.
why aren't you extremely happy right now? You should be
Yeah,
ecstatic,
you're
right?
Yeah, you're right. I should be. I mean, yeah, I'm alive.
I'll tell you what. When the podcast is out, you should watch them over and over.
Okay.
Because you remember 25% of what you hear and 85% of what you speak. And what we talked about here today, there has been points here that the people at home and you guys, it will change your life forever. Because the perspective that I'm giving you here at life, that's not me speaking to you. That's God speaking to you through me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything is meant to happen. We met for a reason. God is sending you a lifeboat. You know the story about the lifeboat and the guy with God?
I'm not sure I know about the lifeboat.
All right, there was a guy who went with this boat and went sailing. And his boat drowned. And he started like flapping his hands in the water, trying to swim, hold himself up. And he was screaming, God, God, please help me. And then a boat came by and said, hey, you, do you need help? And he's like, no, I'm good. He's like, you sure? Yeah, I'm good. The guy's like, okay. He leaves. The guy, almost drowning, screaming, God, please help me. Please help me. Another boat comes by. Goes, hey, guy, are you okay? The guy's like, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. God's got me. He's like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. The boat leaves. A few minutes later, the guy drowns. He dies. He goes up to God. And he goes, God, why didn't you save me? God's like, you idiot. I sent you 2 boats.
2 chances.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So God is sending you a boat. It's a lifeboat. He's telling you,
To take it.
take it. You're destined to win right now. If you're here in front of me, that means God is on your side.
He put us here.
Of course. He put you here. He put me here. You saw what the process that it took to get us here, right?
Yeah.
Imagine the odds to get us here.
Yeah.
What are the odds that I will go to a restaurant, he will see me? I was there 2 days ago. He wasn't there.
No.
You know?
It's impossible. Impossible without
God.
external intervention. God.
God. The law of attraction. He says, ask and you shall receive. You have to ask. But if you don't ask, he won't give it to you. You know why? Because he thinks you're stubborn. He's like, go ahead, do it on your own. Let's see you get it done. I'll be here. I'll be waiting. Just don't be late, you might die. Right?
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. Think about that. You know, God needs you to connect to him. He's your dad. He's your real father. Your father is a messenger. He brought you here. But when God sent you here, sent you on a mission, he whispered in your ear. He said, hey, you're going down there. This is what I need you to do for me. Because we're all here for a reason. There's a puzzle. We have to connect the pieces. We are the pieces. We're the pieces to the puzzle. Don't let him down. Don't forget why you're here.
Yeah.
Connect with him. He'll share with you.
I feel like a lot of people don't talk to him like he's your friend. They just go to him when they need something.
Think about it this way. If someone comes right now to your house and says, hey, can I take a shower at your house? You don't know them. Would you let him in? Take a shower?
No.
You don't know them.
Yeah.
Right? A man comes knocking on your door, big beard, dirty, says, hey, I need to take a shower. Would you let him into your house?
No.
No. Why not?
I don't know him.
Exactly. But if it's your brother, would you let him take a shower?
Of course.
Why?
I know him.
You know him, right?
Yeah.
You guys have a relationship, a personal relationship. Imagine you dying, arriving to heaven, knocking on God's doors and saying, hey, God, can I come in? And he goes, who are you? You're like, it's me. He's like, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. Why would I let you in my home? I don't have a personal relationship with you. Huh?
Yeah.
In order for him to let you in his home, you got to have a personal relationship with him. Many roads I walked alone. No friends. No parents. Not a dog. It was me and God. Literally.
Yeah. Wow.
It was me and God. I defeated the odds.
Not by yourself.
Let me tell you, your mission here in this world, we all know our mission. We just kind of move away from it. Your mission is your dream. That's your mission. But people fight it. Because the path is difficult. It's easier to go make quick money right now, working at a restaurant. But it's not why God put you here. Joseph, from the Bible, imagine what he went through to become the king. Right?
Yeah.
When God puts you on that mission, he doesn't tell you the path you're going to take, the adversities you're going to meet, the resilience you're going to have to build. Doesn't tell you that. That's why you have to trust him. But imagine if he would tell you how hard it's going to be to get to your dream, you'd say, forget it. I don't want to go through that. If he would tell Joseph that he would be imprisoned, enslaved, spat on, beat, he would tell him, forget the throne. I don't need it. But he doesn't tell you. He just gives you your mission, and that's your dream. And the reason people are miserable, because they don't follow the mission. They turn their head away from their dream.
I know. My mind's just blown right now.
Understanding.
Honestly, I'm kind of blown right now. Fuck, I
Yeah.
don't know where that come from.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh,
But that's when I get very deep. Everything comes out. When you have a deep conversation, that's the beauty about man sitting down and talking. How much more comfortable are you with me right now?
a lot more than when I first walked in here.
Right? Because you didn't know me.
Yeah.
But think about it. That's the sad part about the world today. You see right now an old lady walking past you. You don't ask her how she's doing. People lost the ability to bond, to connect. But if she falls, then you go to the rescue. You're like, are you okay? Why do you have to see her fall and hurt before you ask her if she's okay? Take a moment, see somebody, and ask them how they're doing. Without needing anything from them, without wanting anything from them, just ask them how they're doing. They'll share with you. It would be a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you, with this crazy world, when was the last time you took 1 hour to sit by yourself, without a phone, without TV, not sleeping? 1 hour to sit alone and ask yourself how you're doing.
I couldn't even remember. Yeah. Couldn't even remember.
You?
Same type of thing. I really can't remember when I took that time to do that,
100% of people besides me have not done that. Maybe a few. Maybe a few. I'm not talking about the ones that sit and meditate. I'm talking somebody that sits down and asks himself, how is he doing? Sitting and meditating is different. You're closing your eyes. You're half asleep. No. Ask yourself how you're doing. There's too much distraction in the world. It's sad. It's sad people don't know anything about themselves. They don't ask themselves how they're doing. How sad is that?
It's depressing. It's not just sad. To think about that, it's just like it makes you feel a little like depressed to realize that so many people don't ask themselves how they're actually doing and how much it could change and help them, just 1 hour.
You know that people don't really think about the things that they do. People say, oh, I think. They actually don't think much. If they would, they wouldn't be doing the things they're doing. But they don't think. They have a brain that has a program. And that program just works on autopilot. And it sucks. But they don't even realize it. That they're dumb as shit. Literally. Because they don't think. They think they think. They're playing tricks on themselves. What's the next question?
Can you tell me what it was like when you were in jail and you made a deal with God to get you out? What has your spiritual life, what is your spiritual life has been like from that point forward?
So I'll tell you. Seeing yourself in jail, in a cell, has probably been the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I'll tell you why. Because when I was in jail, I realized that the people that they say that are bad people are actually not that bad. They're just hurt. They're hurt from childhood. People hurt them emotionally and some of them physically, both. But a lot of them were good people. Very soft-hearted. Doesn't matter. All these people you see that are big people or tough people, let me tell you, they've been hurt. So they just it is what it is. They built that persona and that strength so people won't hurt them. Like, it took a lot of violence in my life to become this gentle that I am today. So I know I could kill anybody, and then people at home are like, oh, this guy can't kill anybody, bro, I could shoot you. But I know that I could also be the kindest. So like I said earlier, it depends on your attitude with me, right? What kind of attitude, that's the same attitude you'll get back from me. But in jail, I've realized that people are not that bad. So when someone gives me attitude, I'm still kind to them. And I ask them what they're going through. And usually that flips it around. And when I was in jail, the only people that took me were black people. Because with blacks, they take others because I'm Israeli. If you're white, you go with the whites. If you're Hispanic, you go with the Hispanics. If you are, there's the Sareños, which are like the Hispanics. And then there's also some that are called Paisas. The Paisas are the ones that don't speak any English. They're the only ones that they speak only Spanish. And then you have like Aryan Brotherhoods, and you have Peckerwoods, and Rednecks, and like all these people. They don't take you. So the blacks take others, which is Israeli, Arab, Asian, Indian. The blacks will welcome you in. And when they welcomed me in, I actually didn't have such a great relationship with black people before that. And then when they took me in, even the ones that became Muslim, then became Jewish. They started doing Shabbat dinners with me and praying with me. And I became way more connected to God in jail. Way more. And I was supposed to, they said I was going to face life, blah, blah, blah. Came out. And I came out because I told God, when I leave out of here, I'm never coming back. Because that was like the 8th time that I've been to jail or something.
Wow.
I first went to juvenile, and then after that to jail multiple times. And I was fighting with everybody. I was a badass. If you could beat me, then you're getting a baseball bat over the head. That was me, because I was hurt by my dad, beat by my dad, all those things. So that's how I reacted, right? For every action, there's a reaction. So I learned how to fight. I was fighting underground fights for the Russian mafia. I was doing a lot of things that normal young kids don't do. And I was doing that at 16. So people, nobody could really say anything to me nowadays. And I know everybody from everywhere. And I'm friends with everybody. So I'm friends with lawyers. I'm friends with like agents and police officers. I'm also friends with gangsters, mafias. I'm friends with everybody. I don't hold any grudge, and I don't hold enemies. And I feel like we all could get along, and everybody's just doing their job. The only people I don't I'll stay away from is if you sell drugs, I won't be your friend. If you prostitute women, I won't be your friend. There's no way. I think that's like, if you steal, I won't be your friend. But if you're a mafia guy that says, hey, I will kill anybody that tries to fuck with my business, and my business is I own 12 restaurants, and I own a nightclub and whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll be your boy. You're right. I feel the same. If somebody's going to try to take my business, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Someone will try. I just think that's a real man. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
back in the day, mafias used to work together. Family, the whole family. Yeah. The daughters, the sons, everybody, the grandmas in the mafia, right? Yeah. It's a family business. Mm-hmm. They own restaurants. They own nightclubs. They own whatever. Coffee shops. Just they wouldn't let somebody come and say, hey, half of your business is my business. And it used to be like that when it was in mom and pop shop. Today, who are you going to go to when there's like a Starbucks or a 7-Eleven? There's not like one owner. So it became harder to do. But still in some places around the world, there's mom and pop shop. And then you have gangsters that come around and say, hey, you're going to pay me. And you're going to pay me 20% of your business. And we call that protection. I'll protect your business so other gangsters don't come around. And I take 20% of your earnings. or we burn down your business. So you have to be a gangster to fight them back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. But I'll tell you guys, make a deal with God, and I guarantee you, He will answer. The most important conversation I've ever had was with myself. With myself, not with anybody else. Only with myself. You are a man.
Alrighty.
In Judaism, a boy becomes a man at the age of 13. That's when he has his bar mitzvah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And a girl becomes a woman at the age of 12, because that's the time around that she gets her period. So women would have kids back at that time, when they were 12 years old. And a man would be a dad at 13, because that's when he could probably have a kid. Like his semen is usually able to impregnate a woman.
Yeah.
But think about it today, it's like a little boy, or it's a little girl.
Yeah.
But it's because we went backwards. People became dumber. A man is not a man till he's like 35, 40 today. He's 40 and he still wants to be at the club. I'm like, bro, shouldn't you get married? He's like, no, I got years for that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
A woman is like, no, I'm going to party till I'm like 32, 33, and then I'll find my husband. And then you see them, they're all like...
Just...
It's too late.
They're all lost.
Yeah.
Definitely too late for the woman.
Yeah.
Then she becomes at high risk. She can barely have babies, possibly never have a baby. Her biological clock is ticking. She's angry. She's upset. She wants something, but she doesn't know what she wants, because women never know what they want.
No.
You never give a woman what she wants. You only give her what she needs, because she doesn't know what she wants.
Yeah.
Have you ever faced a moral dilemma in business, and how did your faith guide you through it?
So, this right here. Do you guys know anything about King Solomon? You ever heard of King Solomon?
I've heard this. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so King Solomon was the son of King David. And King Solomon is one of my ancestors, and so was King David. King Solomon had 1,000 women. And there's many stories about King Solomon. There's many. He was a very, very wise king, but the reason for his fall was a woman, because he had 300 wives and about 700 mistresses. Nobody really knows the exact number, but that's about it. Now, what happened is that he had kids. He had many kids that he didn't even know about, because women were like everywhere. But when King Solomon... he was a very wise man. Let me tell you a few stories about him. And then So when King Solomon wanted to... Before he was a king, he had a dream. And when he had this dream, God came to him in his dream and asked him, what wish would you want to have? Would you want me to give you money? Do you want the kingdom? Do you want women? Like, what do you want? And King Solomon asked him for wisdom. He told him, just give me wisdom. He was already very wise as a young kid, and people felt that. And that's how King David also knew that he was going to be a king. But he asked God for wisdom, and God gifted him wisdom. And with the wisdom, he was able to get the kingdom and the crown and all of that. Wisdom is the most important thing. And usually wisdom you get within time. But then, at some point in time when he had his kingdom, he asked one of his servants, he said, hey, I want you to do this for me. I want you to go and find me a ring, that when I look at this ring, when I'm happy, I will get sad. And when I look at it when I'm sad, I will get happy. King Solomon used to love having his rings. He had very special rings. But this ring he didn't have yet. So his servant, who was also an advisor of his and a close friend. He told him, I will go out there and find this ring for you. This king was so wise that he knew that there would be no way to find a ring like that. To find a ring of that kind, he was not going to find. He told him, I'm going to have an event. It's going to be 3 months from now. I want to have it before the event starts. The gentleman went everywhere to meet ring makers. And he went from town to city, and asked for this ring. Nobody understood what he wanted. It was 3 days just before they had the event. And he reached another town, and he asked this ring maker. He told the ring maker, hey, King Solomon is asking for this ring. Can you please help me find it? He's having a party in just 3 days, and I got to get it to him by the time of the party. He was already very far. The ring maker looks at him and says, I have something for you. The ring maker runs to the back, grabs a ring, carves on the ring, and brings it to him and says, give this to King Solomon. Give this to the wise King Solomon. The guy looks at the ring, gets extremely excited, and runs back to the kingdom. It took him days to get there. He arrived exactly in the middle of the party. He bursts through the door and screams, Mr. Wise King Solomon! King Solomon, the wise King Solomon! I have the ring! King Solomon is laughing. Sure, let's see the ring. And he says, I have it. As everybody's enjoying their time and laughing and having a great time with their friends and their families, and it's a beautiful party, he hands over the ring to King Solomon, and everybody's looking at King Solomon, and King Solomon is laughing. And King Solomon looks at the ring and looks inside of it and sees exactly what I have in my ring. He looks at the ring, and from a smile, he frowns. Everybody wondered, what does the ring say? Do you want to read it?
Yeah.
Look in it.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Wow.
It's the famous quote from King Solomon's ring. This too shall pass. When you're in hard time, just remember.
This too shall pass.
And when you're in good times, just remember.
This too shall pass.
Don't forget that. So when you're in good times, enjoy it. It will pass. And when you're in bad times, don't worry. Because?
It shall pass and good times are to come.
Yes.
I like that too. That's a good one.
Amazing. All right.
Are there any Bible verses or principles you rely on when facing challenges in your business?
This too
Shall pass.
shall pass. And also, there's another one that I really like. A man that owns a sword and knows how to use it, but keeps it sheathed, will inherit the earth. I'm a very strong individual. I can fight, and I'm strong as an ox. The whole point of learning martial arts is not to fight. So if you hold strength and abilities, you have a sword, you keep it sheathed, and you don't use it, but you know you could, but you don't. You're stoic. Nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. When I go to the gym and I lift 400 pounds off the floor, when will I ever lift 400 pounds off the floor? Never.
Never.
But you do it just in case. So I'm able to. That's all. Never going to use it. But it's just in case. Make sense?
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. Very similar to a car. My car could go over 200 miles an hour. I never go 200 miles an hour.
But it can.
But the reason is, it's because you don't need to. But as long as it's there, I'm happy. I know it could. You know?
Yeah.
But you don't need to.
You don't need to.
So, all right. Next question is, what's your approach to overcoming self-doubt, fear of failure?
Well, let me ask you, have you ever failed in life?
Several times, yes. Many times, actually. Not several.
You're still here?
Still here.
What's the worst that's going to happen? You fall?
You fall, just get back up.
How far is the ground from you?
Not too far.
Couple of feet? The beauty about failing is that you're just one fail away. You could be just one fail away from winning. You need a few fails in order to win. So why not get the reps in? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the reps in. It's not a big deal. It drives me crazy. Or I mean, it used to. When people will laugh at certain people that are trying and failing. Because when you try and fail, you're a real man, you're a real warrior. Only real warriors show up to the arena. People are like, oh, did you see that guy? He got his ass beat in the UFC. You ever been in the cage? You ever fought a man? You ever tasted blood? No. Why would you laugh at him? Do you know who he's facing? Oh, but that guy is not that good of a fighter, really? Well, you want to go against him? Or some people laugh at certain cars. Oh, well, that car, that Lambo, it's a mom's Lambo. Haha. Does your mom have it? Well, I don't like that Rolls Royce. It's for old people. Does your grandpa drive it? Huh? No.
No, he does. I wish he did.
You know what I mean? It's like people have to say something. People will hate on you no matter what. They will always hate on you. People will hate on everything. But it's okay. If they talk about you, it means that you're still alive. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I'd rather be hated on than be the one doing the hating. Them haters are motivators. They don't understand that. But they can't break me because we obviously know they didn't make me. They're just a bunch of losers. You know?
Yeah.
So don't worry about failing. And don't worry about somebody laughing at you. Because you would be shocked how quick people forget the dead. Don't care about what they think, thinking that they care. They don't. So neither should you. Fail, 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 fail until you win. Remember, it's the hero's journey.
That's right.
And with that, should we go on to the last and final question we have for you today?
Last one. And then after this, I'm going to Korean barbecue. Hello, Mr. Azoulay. You are King Azoulay. How are you? How are you? I not see you a long time, like 2 days. Oh, your girlfriend's so pretty. She the pretty girlfriend. She have boyfriend? Oh yeah, I see you. Oh sure. Oh sure. You want a little kung pao chicken? Orange chicken? No, can I have the Mandarin chicken? Yeah.
Okay. Man.
You know the Chinese women, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, do you want the extra large Coke? The extra large Coke? I'm like, no, just a regular Coke. Yeah, they're like, no, the extra large Coke. Don't worry, I get you the big Coke.
That's totally
Right?
them, yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
I'm like, if you only understood what you're saying right now.
At every single Asian restaurant, there's always at least one person like that.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, do you speak Mandarin chicken? She's like, yeah. And then she's like, Mandarin chicken? No, that's the chicken.
That's right.
You know, in Chinese, there's Mandarin and Cantonese.
Oh, that's right,
There's
yeah.
two of them. So one is like, Ni chao, shama, min che, and then the other one's like, Shi shi ni. Ni chao, ling don't know.
All right.
I love Chinese people. I
Yeah,
love them.
I mean, how couldn't you?
Yeah, I personally love them. I know people hate the fact that everything is made in China, which I do too, but the actual people themselves, I like them.
Yeah.
I ate Chinese food I came to the US, the first thing that was introduced to me was beef and broccoli. I was like,
Oh, it's great.
My favorite.
Great. Yeah.
Panda Express. No, but it wasn't a panda. No,
Oh,
it was
good,
like
good.
authentic, real Chinese restaurant.
That's where
Yeah.
the best ones are.
The owner loved me, and then later in the day, or on his lunch break, we would move to the side all the tables, and he would train me kung fu.
Oh, wow.
That's why I started training kung fu. Eventually, later, I went to China to train with Shaolin monks, but he trained me kung fu. That's where I started. You know, I used to watch Bruce Lee and stuff. So if you guys will see in my stories, I'm doing the nunchucks and stuff. You know?
Yeah, wow.
It was him started training me, and then it was like a big thing for me. You know, Wing Chun was like huge for me. So all started from the beef and broccoli.
Yeah.
Well, in Israel, I never seen a Chinese man, right? So when I came to the U.S., I was like, holy shit, Bruce Lee's everywhere. They're like, you want some water? I'm like, sure, I'll have some water. Thank you.
That's great.
All right, what's the last question?
Okay, last one, yeah.
Last one of the night.
How do you manage stress and avoid burnout while running multiple businesses?
Honestly, man, I got to tell you, I'm so happy doing what I do because, one, you have to look at what you're doing like collectively as a whole. I'm feeding hundreds of people, which means hundreds of families by working and running businesses and having people work for me. So first of all, when you know you're feeding so many people, that creates some sort of a feeling like a dad. So it gives you like this big reason to do it, right? You have to stay committed.
Yeah.
And then everybody looks up to you. The hard thing about being successful and being a leader is that nobody will ever ask you how you're doing. They'll only ask for things that they need. So they'll come to you for help and guidance and cry to you when they're having hard times, but nobody ever sees when I cry. Nobody ever sees when I'm sad. And then when I did tell somebody that I cried or that I was sad, whether it was my mom or my brother, they looked at me like I was crazy because they knew I'm just so strong.
Yeah.
So then I realized, I was like, at some point in time, yeah, nobody came to save me. But today, nobody's even going to come to me and ask me how I'm doing. Because I'm a leader and a very strong masculine leader. Which is fine. I'll carry everybody on my shoulders. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I lift weights every single day.
Yeah, you've been able to build up to that.
Uh-huh. I built up to that, and I got to where I got to today. And today there's no stopping. Why would I stop? What would I do? What would I do? How long can you sit by yourself, do nothing?
Not that
You
long.
can't.
Yeah.
And imagine the gifts that God has gifted me with. All the hard times, the adversities, the worst things that happened to me led me to where I'm at today. Imagine 13 going out there and selling chocolates, and all of a sudden at 19 out of jail, nobody hires me, and then someone hires me as a salesman. That right there, that's not luck. That's not an accident. That's God. God put me there. Me being a salesman in construction, then going into real estate, which is something that I didn't even think about. That's not me. That's God. He says, hey, if you do construction, well, then what are you doing? You're working on a house, and now you could go into real estate, which is 90% of the millionaires came from real estate. And I became a millionaire before I even touched real estate, which I was 21 years old. And then I touched real estate, and I made millions. And from there, I invented a product and made over $100 million just with that product. And then moved on and on and on and on and made money. And kind of like retired because I didn't want to work, but I still owned businesses and I had partnerships. And I let people run it, and I was very good at delegating and managing. But think about it, like everything that I did. So every single day when I wake up, I have something to look forward to. And then all of a sudden now I'm on social media and I'm helping people and I'm guiding young men. And guiding men to glory. Think about it. How lucky am I to be the chosen one? I'm the chosen one from the chosen tribe. You don't get to choose when you're chosen by design. I have a song like that.
Wow. Yeah.
You know?
He showed you your purpose.
He did.
And
here I am today with you guys.
yeah.
Spending, 4 hours on a podcast. The longest podcast I've ever done.
Wow.
But there'll be a lot of good clips from here. A lot of good videos. And a lot of young men are going to appreciate this. Because this is going to help them. It's going to help them understand. They're not with me here in the studio like you guys, but it's going to help them understand that life is about hardships. But it's not about what happens to you. It's what you do when something happens to you. It's not who we are, but what we do that defines us. Wrap it up.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a lot to take. Wow.
Definitely be rewatching all of this to
Yeah.
go over everything.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to. You need to take time for yourself. This podcast will change your life forever.
Seriously.
You do not leave out of here the same men. You leave out of here a new person. God is showing you the way. Don't let God down. I'm telling you. And this is not me speaking to you. Remember that. He's speaking to you through me. Take it, love it, enjoy it, and make your ancestors proud. They didn't battle for you guys to sit here and just fuck off the world. You might have power in your hands that you still don't know that exists. But unless you push past the resistant point, you will never know how strong you are or how gifted you are or how lucky you are. How do you feel?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
A little emotional still.
Very good. You want to say something to the people at home?
Yeah, I mean, you guys really, you couldn't possibly understand unless you really, you gotta just take everything to heart and understand, like, the amount of stuff that you can do by just following what Azoulay's saying here. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, this stuff is just like, I've never thought like this in my life. It like, I can't even explain it. I can't.
I love it. I love it. Just remember that God put you here.
Seriously.
And don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody, you know, just because maybe they got more than you. Because who knows? Maybe you'll be on a podcast with them.
Yeah.
Weeks, months later. You'll never know.
But you see, a person like me understands that we came with nothing and we leave.
With nothing.
So nothing is ours, right? That's why I talk to people at eye level. Doesn't matter who they are. The person that's a homeless guy, you don't know. Just treat him exactly the same way you treat anybody around you. Just because he's less fortunate doesn't mean that he's not human. We are the same. All right?
All right.
Yeah.
You want to tell anybody anything before we go?
It was an amazing opportunity to be here with you today. I really appreciate you taking us on, bringing us in.
You're very welcome. All right, guys, that is it for the podcast. It was a long podcast, lovely podcast. We are done for tonight, and we'll see you guys on the next one.